As the seasons turned and the yams were harvested, then planted again, Ogechi's struggles only deepened. At the village school, a simple thatch-roofed structure, where children sat on mats and recited their lessons by rote, she floundered. Numbers danced mockingly before her eyes, and the intricacies of their Igbo language, so rich in proverbs and metaphors, left her tongue-tied. Ogechi, Mr. Okeke's sharp voice cut through her muddled thoughts. Have you no ears? I asked you to recite the proverb, one who brings color. Well, girl, Ogechi's mouth went dry. She knew this one, she did. But under the scrutiny of Mr. Okeke's frown and the snickers of her classmates, the words scattered like frightened chickens. I don't, useless girl, Mr. Okeke muttered, turning back to the board. One who brings cola brings life. It speaks of hospitality, of community. Lessons clearly wasted on some. That afternoon, as Adaku walked to the school to inquire about Ogechi's progress, her heart was heavy. She found Mr. Okeke outside, chewing pensively on a piece of sugar cane. Madam Adaku, he greeted her, his tone a mixture of respect for an elder and the condescension of an educated man. I fear I have no good news about your Ogechi. Adaku's fingers tightened on her wrapper. But surely she tries, Okeke. She has a good heart, even if a good heart does not recite proverbs or count yams, he interrupted with a sigh. Some children, madam, have minds for learning, and some, he trailed off, his silence more damning than any word. The walk home was long and quiet. Near the village well, where women often gathered to trade the gossip as colorful as their wrappers, Adaku stopped. She turned to Ogechi, who had trailed behind like a shadow. Ogechi, listen to me, she said fiercely, her grip firm on Ogechi's small shoulders. You are not dumb, not slow. You learn in your own way, at your own pace. The gods made this world for all kinds of minds. Do you hear me? Yes, Mama, Ogechi whispered. But even as she said it, doubts gnawed at her like the termites that sometimes infested their hut rafters. If she wasn't slow, why did everything come so hard? Why did the simplest tasks leave her fumbling while the other children raced ahead? Just when the weight of her perceived shortcomings seemed unbearable, a new light dawned in Ogechi's world. Shortly after her eighth Harmattan, Adaku's belly began to swell once more. The entire village buzzed with the news. A second child so late in life. It was unheard of, a true blessing from Chukwu himself. When Ogechi's baby brother Chima entered the world on a night when the full moon hung like a ripe udara fruit in the sky, Adaku and Emeka's joy knew no bounds. Two miracles, Emeka exclaimed, his weathered face split by a grin as he held his son up for all to see. Chukwu has truly smiled upon our house, but joy, Ogechi soon learned, could have a bitter aftertaste. With two mouths to feed instead of one, the strain of survival on their meager farmers' earnings began to show. Adaku's once plump cheeks hollowed, and Emeka's once booming laugh became a rare commodity, rationed like the precious palm oil they traded for at market. Ogechi watched it all with a growing ache. Her father, who used to swing her up onto his strong shoulders as they walked to the yam fields, now moved with the slow, heavy steps of an old man. Her mother's hands, once soft from palm kernel oil, grew calloused and cracked from endless work. It was in those quiet, strained moments, watching her mother grind pepper with hands that shook from exhaustion, or seeing her father's shoulders slump as he counted their dwindling yams, that a fierce spark ignited within Ogechi. She may have been labeled dumb and useless her whole life, but she could not accept that fate any longer. She would find a way to lift the burdens crushing her family. She would prove them all wrong, and maybe, just maybe, she could bring the light back into her parents' eyes.